You all are from different places. Only we have two people from the States. The rest are from Australia, Netherlands, and Romania. How it was to come from so far away in this moment with the COVID? Were you afraid? Did you have doubts about this?
Coming here during COVID for me was kind of exciting. I didn't have doubts because I really felt, and I was also reaching out to Sylvia and just asking what the situation here was. But I felt that it would be good for me to be in nature, and arriving here has actually felt more safe than I would have stayed at home because there is a lot of space, but you're also in a really healthy place because you're outside, you eat healthy, you're working on your mental health, and I think that's a basis also for your physical health, and it made me actually more excited to come. And because of the COVID, the group was actually a little smaller, and that also really appealed to me. Yeah, and well, we were able to keep a lot of distance from each other if needed, and I really enjoyed that there were other people from so far away as well that well decided also to travel. That I wasn't like the only one uh, feeling to go somewhere.
So for me, COVID wasn't really an issue. I didn't have any worry about it, as well as the just because I think from what we're seeing, there's so many people, and there's so much mental health issues going on by staying at home and all these things now. And I think if you are healthy in general and you are able to travel, that this is a very beneficial thing. And of course, we took the blood test when we arrived in order to confirm that we were negative for COVID. So honestly, I haven't even thought about it the entire time. Like the only times I've thought about it is like a couple times when it was brought up, but other than that, it's literally been the least of my worries. I haven't had any um, worry about that whatsoever. I mean, we're in a very beautiful place. We have plenty of distance when we need it. Um, we have fresh air, great food, clean water. So I mean, everything is more than what we needed. So yeah, I would say I didn't have any worry about that.
To be honest, knowing that everybody had to take the test, the COVID test, before coming here, it was comfortable. To be honest, like it was comfortable. Even though I would have come anyway, I would have come anyway, even if it wasn't this requirement. But knowing that they took it, all of them, like even the staff and the participants, everyone, this is comfortable. And it made me feel like even more safe. Like it's the proper space because basically this is what we need here, like the safe space to express ourselves and to go as deep as we need to go. But if you don't have the safe space in all its meaning, the safety, it's just like you won't let go. So we had the proper space to do that. So thank you for that.
How was the ayahuasca ceremony? Were you afraid? Did you safe? What happened? Yes.
The ceremonies for me could be at times very scary, also upfront, because I'm very capable of making myself scared and nervous, but I really felt that I just wanted it really bad, and that the space was really safe, and um, you get to like experience your emotions also really intensified, and sometimes it made the ceremony very long or very short, but just mostly really, really insightful. And I always feel good after coming out. Even though sometimes I was really tired, I always feel good about doing it, and a little safer with each ceremony, a little less anxious, a little less nervous about what was going to happen, because I was convinced that every uncomfortable moment I would overcome. Yeah. And the ceremonies, yeah, itself, it felt really good that there were others struggling as well. And that Tio was there to check up on you, to even open the door for you when you would go to the bathroom. And it also gave me the feeling that I could overcome any physical challenge as well. Yeah.
So the ceremonies, that was the most interesting part, and the funniest, and the craziest, and the most painful, and like all of them together. But to begin with, it was a very safe space, very well organized, and the way you two, Sylvia and Tio, you hold space for us and you gave us your support, it was so amazing, because I felt like it was 50-50. You were there for us, like willing to give your support and everything whenever needed, but you didn't come into our own private space. Like you were there for us, but you respected our space so much, and this was like very intimate and like very helpful. It felt safe. And also I felt so much your support, especially on the last ceremony when I was struggling to come back, when we were supposed to go outside in the nature, but I went somewhere else. And the way you brought me back, I don't know how long it would have taken me to come back if it wasn't for you two, to be honest. And you just took care of me so gently and so beautifully. You were just there for me, like in the best way possible, and that felt really good. Like to just have someone. You're just struggling between two worlds, but there's someone there just taking care of you, that you will for sure come back. It was comforting. It was safe, and it felt lovely. It was yeah. Thank you, both of you.
So I would say I was definitely a little nervous coming into the retreat about taking the ayahuasca, but before the ceremony started, we had the presentation, which gave us all the prior knowledge and information, which definitely settled my nerves a lot. So that was really helpful. And then the experience itself was at times absolutely incredible, confusing and painful, but the space with not just Theo and Celia, but everyone respected each other's space, and it felt like a very safe space to allow you to go through all these emotions and experiences.
Something that changed in me, or amplified in me, was the ability to be able to hold space with things that I know, the practices that I know to be true, but also still enjoy and have fun with everything and everyone in this life in the way they like to have fun. Because that had always been a problem for me. When I make a major shift in my spirituality and my diet, I would want everyone else to come along with me. And then when they didn't, it felt like a lonely world, But after first and second ceremony, all three of my first ceremonies were all about having fun. I had so much fun. I even cried in my second ceremony, and it was all for fun. I cried more than I laughed in my second. I laughed the whole time my first ceremony, cried most of the time my second ceremony, and in my third ceremony I just smiled the whole time. And it was just all about having fun. And so I learned how to turn this life back into a game instead of taking it so serious and so literal. And then just enjoying who I am and who people are.
Yeah, what I wanted to add is I was very impressed with a few of the people here, participants that came before as well. So for some of them, this was the third retreat. And when I heard their stories, the way they used to be and the place they were coming from, it was unbelievable. Like you would never believe it. You would never believe it. And the way they are now, I would have never imagined the place they were coming from. Like emotionally, that was one of the most impressive things for me. It was very, very profound to see this kind of changes. Yeah.
For the better.
Mhm.
So yeah.
For the better.
For the
Yeah,
better.
like very profound changes. Yeah.
And what about the food? You didn't suffer the vegan diet.
No, my
No,
No,
we
it's
did
so you get to discover that it's so diverse. I mean, often people say like, if you go vegan, you miss all these nutritions because you don't eat very diverse. Well, you just have to learn how to cook because it's definitely.
Well, you don't
So
have to
good.
learn here.
For me, food was part of ecstasy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, the food was, I mean, I think it was exactly what we needed for the process. And it didn't, I think if the food was like bland and like you weren't feeling good about the food, then that would impact the entire process. And by having such a great food experience along with it, it's a part of that whole comfort. I mean, you feel the food is a huge part of the comfort.
Okay, I hope you have a good time in Itacaré, enjoy it, and you are leaving, have a good trip back home.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
Thanks.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you.
Thanks.